to stand up and be brutally honest that this is not going to be an easy process, that initially not everybody can benefit from the process. But indeed, if we all want to have a higher standard of living, 5 or 10 years from now, and a fortiori, if we want our children and grandchildren to continue to experience rising standards of living over their lifetime, then we have to, at the moment, make some sacrifices of current consumption, either by saving more, which from the household side is very important, or from the business side, from distributing smaller share of the profits, retaining more for investment, or from the government, from spending, if you will, more on capital measures to improve productivity of government services, rather than augmenting current services, or augmenting promises for current services when they can't even meet the promises that they have made. So it's not easy, but when we've had problems in the past and governments have stood up and said, we got a problem and we got to fix it, then the experience has been, and I think it would be today, that the Canadian population is actually incredibly sensible. So if we think back to our recent experience when we needed to get deficits down and had to cut spending quite dramatically to get there, indeed, the public not only accepted it, but embraced it at the time, because the government was quite clear what it was that we had to do, quite clear that this was not going to be easy, and that the steps had to be taken. So I think it's possible. It's not always easy, but it requires an incredible degree of honesty about the process that we will have to go through, and very importantly, governments have to be seen to be following up on the promises that they have made. Part of the problem we've had, and as I pointed out in my remarks, and we detail in our outlook, is that governments have promised more than they actually have budgeted to deliver. And that breeds distrust, and that's a big problem.